part of the yellow belt examination, yellow belt curriculum, is Kumite. Kumite means fighting. We practice this first, the counter Kumite, which you must learn, and then you can do non-contact fighting, where you don't really hit anybody. You're just practicing in the air with somebody, or you're practicing in the air with yourself, which we would call shadow Kumite. This is the next part of the test. Attention. And back. Yo. This is only going to be done on this side. I'm not going to turn around, so you stay with me. The first move would be a block and punch. All of them are blocks and punches, showing that you understand how to do them. So the first move is a high block. High block, and go back, and then a reverse punch. Come back in UI. Again, you use the high block and the reverse punch. You'll be required to do it on both sides. You come back, high block, and you throw a reverse punch. It's coming from the opposite side. Yoi. The next one, like we practiced earlier today, the inside block. We're going to do an inside block, then a reverse punch. Us. So we go back, inside block, and as we throw the reverse punch, the other hand comes back. And we come forward. Once again, the other foot. Inside block, reverse punch. Come forward. Some karate schools call it an inside, outside. We call it an outside because it's coming all the way from the outside and going across. The next one is an outside block. Then we throw a reverse punch. Come forward. We go back to an outside block, throw a reverse punch. Come forward. Now we're going back with this foot. We're going to throw a geidan, which is a down block. Throw down block, and reverse punch. Come forward. Go back with the other hand, down block, and reverse punch. Pull back. So now we're going to do it a little quicker. You can practice it at home. High block, punch. Come forward, other foot. High block, punch. Come forward, inside block, punch. Come forward, inside block, punch. Come forward, outside block, punch. Come forward, outside block, punch. Come forward, down block, punch. Come forward, down block, punch. Pull back in UI. Very easy when you're practicing this at home. High block, inside block, outside block, down block, always followed by a reverse punch done on both sides. That's that test. Tension and bow. Us, yoi. In this social distancing world, physical distancing, we're really not allowed to do contact kumite and get that close, even though we want to. So what I like to do is what we call non-contact. Kerry and her son Shane will demonstrate for us some non-contact kumite using their kicks, punches, and blocks on each other. Could you face each other? Could you move up a little bit so we're more on the camera? Ready? Tension. Now I'm sure Shane, he's a green belt. That's kind of further ahead than yellow belt. He probably will demonstrate some jumping front kicks, jumping side kicks, a donkey kick here and there, maybe a spinning kick, but you don't have to try those at home. You just stick with the basics. Front kick, side kick, back kick. That's fine, and our basic punches. You can practice with an adult, or adults can practice together, but you shouldn't be hitting each other at home. This is a non-contact version. Ready? Tension. Turn to your sensei and bow here. Bow. Us. Always bowing in respect. Turn to each other and bow. Even if you don't have your uniform on, you're practicing on your own, you haven't purchased a uniform yet, you're going to practice like you have everything on. Fighters take a stance. Guards up. Notice we got our stances. and watch them do some non-contact kumite. Begin. Fight. Notice right away Shane goes and does some techniques. Carrie's sticking to the basics. She shouldn't be smacking him and beating him up, but that's her son. She can do what she wants. She's throwing some techniques. She's throwing some techniques at him. Jumping front kick a little bit. Shane's got some good moves. Doing what he's got to do. Bringing around. Nice. And a little bit of a kumite. Very good. Attention. And turn about to sensei. Whoops, that's me. Turn about to our audience. Bow to each other. And turn to you all. Now, just let's say we don't have somebody to practice with at home. We do what I call my shadow distancing kumite. You just practice on your own. Attention. Make pretend you have somebody. And bow. Fighters take your stance. Guards up. And do all your moves that we've just practiced all day. Put it all together and shadow kumite. Begin. Throwing some moves real quick. And attention. Excellent. And bow. Stand your. So we just did another rank examination. And the last one that we have to do for today is some basic self-defense maneuvers. Today's basic self-defense maneuvers is I would probably want 4 or 5 of these. Today we're making pretend that somebody is grabbing us in a bear hug and locking our arms. Let's do that. Lock our arms and a bear hug. Good. Put them back down and bear hug. That's their hand. Their arms are over our arms, so we're pinned at our side, so we really can't do much. So we have to do a few moves to escape. Okay. The first move to escape the bear hug self-defense is what I call a heel stomp. So what you're going to do with the heel stomp is you pick up your right foot, you bring it down, whether you have shoes on or not, you come down and you jank the heel into their foot as hard as you can. That's called a heel stomp. We don't want to do that unless we're really so tight that they don't want to let us escape. So, bring your feet up, and let's bring it, you want to bring it more to the side, guys, because you're showing this way, and we bring it down, heel stomp. Nice. Bring it up again, practice. Bring your foot up, heel stomp. Straight down, not on your heel, on the opponent's heel. Good. And now bring it over again, keeping. Now whatever we practice on one side, we always have to practice on the other side. Bring it, same thing, bring it up, and heel stomp. Nice. One more time, bring it up. You really can't go wrong with this as long as you hit their heel. Heel stomp. Good. Next one, the hands are still doing hands over, wrap. They're going to be all bear hugs. The next one is what we call a shin scrape. You take your shoe and you go across their shin and then you go out to the stomp. So what you're actually doing is kind of giving them the shin burn with your heel and going straight down. That's called a shin scrape. So know them, heel stomp, shin scrape. They go together, kind of like brothers and sisters, go together. Heel stomp, shin scrape. Ready? Bring it up, and shin scrape. Right, now they're visualizing in their head that they're going through somebody's shin. Bring it up again, and turn it this way more, because we do, and shin scrape. Ready? One more time. Up, and shin scrape. And now the next one goes right below the knee. So what you're doing, and you don't want to do these just to do somebody because somebody's goofing around with you, because you'll really hurt them. You only use these if it's always very, very necessary. That's the only time we'll use it. If somebody's trying to really hurt us, then we have to use it. This one is called a spring kick. You bring your foot up like this, to your foot here like this, and then it goes right below the knee, and you pop it in. That's a spring kick on the other person's knee. So, bring it up, and spring. That's on the other person's knee. Again, spring kick. Go, up, and pop it in, and bring it back. Spring kick. And another one, spring kick. Good, and then let's practice the other side. Ready? Here we go, same thing. You don't have to, your feet is like that, right? Ready? And the first one is heel stomp. Heel stomp. Next one, shin scrape. Okay, next one, spring kick. Okay, and this is a pretty devastating one. You're taking your knee, this part of your knee, and you're going into groin, knee to groin, and you put a lot of force into it. They should let you go. Knee to groin. Knee to groin. Knee to groin. Good, and let's see the other side. Ready? Knee to groin. Knee to groin. Knee to groin. Now, stand joy. So we have a heel stomp. We have a shin scrape. We have a spring kick. We have a knee to groin. I'm going to be like one of my students. Sensei! Yes? What about, Sensei, if the person is so strong they take you off the ground and I can't use any of my feet? It won't work. Easy. Now, this is your forehead. Your forehead is pretty strong. Not your nose, your forehead. Feel your forehead, guys. Your forehead here, feel your forehead there. Okay? So when that person picks you up, pretty much if they're your size, they're going to pick you up and your head is free. So, and your knees are still good. So my advice to you is take your head and do a headbutt right into their nose. Headbutt. Don't get a whiplash now. Headbutt. Now, you got to put your hands like this so you know you're being trapped. You get what I'm talking about, Shane? The guy tries to beat you up and you headbutt. Ready? And, you know, the kid up the street that's the bully. Isn't there always a bully on every street or no?
Yeah.
Maybe Shane's the bully. Ready? No? There's nobody on your street? That's good. Ready? And headbutt. Headbutt. Now that's going to hurt him. If he's still hanging on to you, he's going to start dropping you. Follow in with a knee to groin. Knee to groin. Knee to groin. Headbutt. Knee to groin. Knee to groin. Once he drops you, run and donkey kick. Go. And donkey kick him. And wipe off your shirt. And take the sweat off. And continue on your way. That's what you do. Those are basic self-defense moves that I'm going to ask you for your yellow belt. Real quick review. And that will finish our self-defense moves. Attention.